Hello beautiful people, welcome and welcome back. My name is Deandra if you are new here, and this is super quick. I didn't even put on the ring light, no nothing. This is just the regular light in my room. Now we're talking about Dallas, okay? As you guys know, I've been traveling and I've been exploring more of American cities and states and places and stuff like that, and the most recent one was Dallas, and I want to talk to you about what I brought. The whole shebang is a bit different for me because I kind of stray away from the South a lot, you know, from being Caribbean born. I just always go to the Caribbean, and certain things we kind of have a little bit taboo about, at least in my family, about certain places. So it's just like, oh, it's not safe, don't do this, do that. So I did do a lot of research to make sure that we were safe, but to be honest, for our experience, it was very welcoming. Okay, the first night we touched down, we went to the rodeo. Okay, we was in Fort Worth, Texas, right? And we did not leave there until like probably 3-4 in the morning. Okay, so we got there at we touched down like almost like noon. Okay, we got our rental, checked into the hotel, did a little bit of shopping because we wanted some water and stuff like that. We need to stay hydrated. Okay, and then by the way, we were there for my friend's birthday because she chose that. She really loves the rodeo, by the way. So she was like, Deandra, would you come with me? I was like, sure. You come with me to everything else. She's like a sister to me because I've known her all my life. So it's just like, yes, why not? And let me tell you what I brought out to the rodeo. These two items. Okay, I don't have a picture of my outfit because I don't really think I'm photogenic, so I don't really tired to take pictures, and I'm just tired of after I take like 3 or 4 and they don't look good, I'm like, I'm done. I'm not doing this again. I don't have the patience to be taking multiple pictures, different angles. I just don't have it, so I just try not to. Do you guys remember these boots from the I'm showing you everything, the collective haul, okay, from Thursday boots? I said I was gonna bring it to Texas. I did not lie, y'all, and these came in clutch so hard. It gave the vibe that I wanted it to. I wore it more than once, and I don't know if you guys remember this bag. I'm trying to remember if I did a video on my non-name brand leather bags. I think I did. I'm gonna see if I did and then link it up somewhere. This is a bag that I got from Mango. It is real leather, and I've been saying that I have this oil spot right in the middle. I thought it was water and I realized it was oil. I've been trying to get rid of it. I don't know how to get rid of it, and I was like, Deandra, probably not bring it. I was like, Deandra, you barely wear this. This is giving Texas. This is giving rodeo, and this is why I haven't really bought any of the Western vibes bags this year, because just like I already have some in my closet, you know what I mean, and I don't really gravitate towards it. So either I'm gonna use them or not buy anything at all, right? Sorry for the outfit today. I was trying to be very minimal in terms of to put on. Okay. All right, so I'm so glad you can only see up top here because down at the bottom is crazy. Okay, it's not matching, but at the end of the day, this is what I brought, and I was gravitating towards it so hard. In hindsight, I was mad at myself that I didn't bring the crossbody strap, because it does have D-rings and it's all leather. The strap is not much hardware, so it's perfect, and I could take off the top handle. Sometimes I did wear this as a clutch, you know, but sometimes I did want to have this just as a security, if I don't want to just hold it, I have that wristlet option. But this came in handy so much. Okay, and I wore it a few times and I'm not mad at it. I'm so happy I never got rid of it, even though it has the oil stain on there. I feel like, you know what, it's gonna give a little bit of character at this point. That's how I'm looking at it, because it came in so clutch this trip. Yeah, so that was my outfit. Okay, we did the rodeo. I'll probably put in a little bit of footage. I've never seen a rodeo. I don't watch it like my friend does at all, because she definitely tunes in, and we watched it afterwards. We was like, let's just stay in Fort Worth. They had a whole bunch of bars around, and we were just like, what we're gonna do. I was hungry because I was like, I did not eat when we got off the plane. She did. So I had a little bit of food, and then we went to White Elephant, and it is a different vibe, and this is what we wanted, and that's what I wanted too, was a more of a country western saloon type vibes. They actually had saloons out there, and for those of my viewers that are from Texas, I think DDB, you are probably, these things are like normal to you, but for me it's not, for me being, you know, up north. So yeah, we went to White Elephant. Apparently we came down at the best time, I guess you would say, because you know, football and sports is like a really big thing, sorry, down there. And they were having a college football game against Texas and Oklahoma. So there was a lot of people that were just influx in general. So we met some Oklahomans, I guess that's how you say it. I don't know. So you met some Oklahomans, some Louisiana. I'm just gonna say the states. Some people from Oklahoma, some people from Louisiana, okay? Some people from all over Texas, okay? And we met a whole bunch of people at the bar. I've never been approached from, I'm gonna say this, and you can probably hopefully get my drift. I've never been approached from any other race than my race. And I definitely was that night, and it was very different, and it was very like, oh wow, it's interesting. I just wore a jean shorts, like Bermuda shorts, with a little bit of like ruggedness to it, because it had like, you know, ripped edges and stuff like that. And what I'm wearing right now, I wore an olive green type of version to it. It's a bodysuit, but the back is backing, okay? You're not gonna see it in here, okay? You probably see a little bit, but the back is backing. But thankfully the shorts was high-waisted, so you're not seeing a lot. It was tasteful, okay? It was tasteful. And I wore those two accessories, okay? Got to the hotel very late. We missed our appointment for the cowgirl, not appointment, but we wanted to do the cowgirl museum the next morning. We skipped it. We went to Stir, which is a really, really, really nice brunch restaurant type of thing. We went there, and then we went to, let me pull up, because we had an itinerary, guys, and we stuck to it, okay? Let me pull up our itinerary because it's in my notes. And when we made changes, we wrote it down so we would remember, because it was a blur. I'm not gonna lie, we jam-packed a lot of stuff and we got it all done, okay? So although we missed it, the Cowgirl Museum, we did it later. We went to Stir for brunch, and then we went to this Ghost Winery tour in Grapevine, and we did the wine part afterwards, but you could choose to do the wine tasting or drinking while you're doing the tour and so forth. That's not really my vibe. That's my friend's vibe. She likes all the dark, mysterious murder and all that stuff. That's not me. No, I don't watch Law and Order. I mean, I could, but like I'm not a fanatic. You know what I mean? So, and then we went to this place called Heroes Lounge, and let me tell you, we found our community. And when I mean our community, if you don't know, my family is West Indian. We found our West Indian community in Dallas, okay? And then from there, we got invited to other things, and it was a time, okay? So we went to Heroes Lounge, and how we found that out was from Eventbrite. We saw things, and it was like, we paid for it. We went there. It was a cool vibe, but at least we were able to hear our music and so forth. After that, they was like, oh, go to Crave. We had it on our list to go to, and we were just like, no, it's not our vibe. I mean, probably back in my days, I would do a little bit of trap, twerking type of music. Not anymore. I'm sorry. If it's not the old stuff, I'm not really into the new things. So yeah, we're just like, we're not paying $25 to be in here. Let's go. So we went back to the hotel, but let me tell you about our rental. So we had a really modest rental. I'm happy for our rental. It took us to and from everywhere. We didn't have any issues except for the first night. Well, the second night, right? When we were leaving Heroes Lounge, I was a designated driver for the whole trip, mainly because it was my friend's birthday. She was like, D'Angelo, I'm not driving. I said, okay, say less, I'll drive. No problem. Enjoy yourself, right? So we came in about to go to Crave, and I was like, is that a water bug on the dashboard of the car? And lo and behold, it was. And my friend, she cannot take any of those things. No roaches, no nothing. I mean, not saying that I'm a fan of them, but I don't get into hysterics like she does, okay? And she definitely did. And everybody from, not everybody, but a good amount of people from the club, for the lounge rather, came by, and they was like, what's happening? The girl's like, oh my gosh, they can't. I was like, we just need to kill it. And they don't want to kill it. Like, I don't understand. They was like, no, let it be free. Let it live. No, it deserves to die. Okay, so they took a hand towel and took it out, and I was like, please kill it, you know. And it was like, okay, fine, we'll kill it, you know. And she was like, one of the ladies from Dawn, she was like, she really wants you to kill it. I was like, yes, I do. So we went to Crave, and then when we decided not to stay there, went in, and lo and behold, my friend's like, oh my gosh, it came out of the vent. It came out of the vent. another one, and I'm like, I feel like it wasn't the I feel like it was the same one. Like it wasn't killed. Like they just told us it was dead and it wasn't dead. I digress. I don't want to stay too much on it, but it's just one too many, two too many. Things in the car at that time. So we're just like wondering, like, oh my gosh, is it infested? Why is this coming out now? We checked the hood by the engine. We looked just to see if there was something in there. Nothing. My friend refused to sit in the front. She was like, I'm sitting in the back. I don't care. She's like, when we're on the highway, what happens? I was like, I'm just gonna pull over and kill it. Like, there's nothing much I can do. I'm not gonna be swerving on the highway, right? We made it to the hotel safely, okay? But now we always had a ritual from then on. We'll let the engine run for like a good 2 minutes and knock on the hood of the dashboard just to make sure nothing was lurking in there, because it is hot. So probably the disruption of the hood is making critters come out. We don't know. So we're just like, that was our theory, and we're just like, let's just knock. And if we noticed that we were having that issue again, we were going to be calling up that rental place expeditiously, like, listen, we got a problem, you need to settle this, you know what I mean? But thankfully for the rest of the trip we had no issues. So I think my suspicions are kind of true that, they didn't really kill it the first time, but let's see. Well, not let's see, but it happened, right? So from there, I'm sorry, the next day we woke up, we went to Bloom Lounge, and Bloom Lounge is called XO, is it? Am I mixing them up? No, I am mixing it up. So Bloom Lounge is really, really nice. I noticed I didn't really eat that much this trip, but I ate to the point where I was satisfied and comfortable. I didn't overeat, which I was happy for because I didn't feel bloated and all that stuff. And so for Bloom Lounge, we made it, and I just kept it light because I know we had other stuff going on for the day. We actually had candle making, which I'm about to talk about you next. So it was really nice vibe and everything like that. I had a nice salmon, brunch type of dish, and then we went to candle making. So the first place that we wanted to do, they didn't have any availability, so we went to this place called Malibu Apothecary. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. And that was more so in the city part of Dallas-ish almost. And this is my candle that I made. So they're very conscious in terms of the materials or the ingredients that you use to make your candle. They want to make sure it's non-toxic, and they pretty much informed us that most of the candles out there are very toxic for you. I forgot the actual ingredients that she said that you have to watch out for, but if I remember, I'll put it down below. But she was just like, yeah, we don't use those ingredients at all, but you were able to make your scent in your candle as well. Yeah, sorry about that, there's a little bit of noise out there. So yeah, you get to make the scent of the candle that you're making. And I forgot all the paperwork down in my suitcase, because I'm going to be unpacking after this video and washing my hair and cooking. I'm being very ambitious right now, but let's see what I get done. If not, I'll most likely cook in the morning. But yes, I mixed 4 different scents. Hopefully when I'm editing, I'll put in the different scents that I put in together. And when I tell you, this smells heavenly, it smells heavenly. But of course it will be, because I made it for myself. It's personalized, right? And you get to make the cover, so you get to choose the coloring, everything on there. I put in the date that I made it, so I'll come up close so you can see it. 10/11/25. I put DJB candles. It's very small, unfortunately. I wrote down Killa May. This is like a little family or a friend thing, insider thing, because they call me Killa because I will kill a lot of things in the house. And then I just put in Dallas, Texas down here, and then my friend's name and the year or age she was turning, right? So it's like a very great memento. And I was like, I don't want to burn this. They said you have to wait a week to burn it, and you get everything done same day. And apparently you have this up here in New York, and I just didn't know. There's a lot of stuff that we did down there that we just didn't know until we started looking. That like, oh my gosh, we had this up here too, what I'm going to do, since I don't want to burn it, I don't know if you guys remember last year. No, it was this year for the Galentine's Day, I was paired with Olame. Okay, please go back and watch if you haven't seen any of them. There's a whole bunch of us, I think it was at least like 20 of us, that was all collaborated together, and we did like a Secret Santa before Galentine's Day, and it was really, really cute. I would definitely do it again. A little plug out there, shameless plug, if Dee Bean is listening, or if anybody else is listening, I will definitely do it again. And speaking of which, I have a lot of tag videos that I need to catch up on, so just anybody who's watching and you guys tagged me in it, I have not forgotten. Okay, so yeah, what was I talking about? Yes, I was tagged with Olame, and she sent, you get to send your person options of what you want, you know what I mean, within the realm of the budget that we were sticking to. And she sent over these candle lamps, like they're candle warmer lamps, and I never seen them ever in my life, and I'm like, oh my gosh, why would anybody use them? And now I'm like, Deandra, you want one? And I'm like, thank you, Olame, for opening my eyes to this. I'm going to get rid of the lamp by my desk, by my bed rather, and I'm going to put that there because I feel like it's a very safer alternative. The candle is able to deplete in a nicer way than with fire. Not saying I would not use fire, I just like how it seems to work, you know. And yeah, so now that I have this candle, and I have two more up on my my bag stand here, or shelf, I'm going to get one. Okay, and let's see how this goes. All right, so that was I forgot what day that was, but you know, the third day, I believe. Yes, because we got in on Thursday, and that was the Saturday. We did the candle making, and then we went to the party that we were invited to from, you know, people in the wonderful Dallas Caribbean community. And we were there until probably almost 4 in the morning. It was a long day. And then we slept in, and then the next day was my friend's birthday. So we had a lot of different things. We did tea around town, which apparently you have in here in the city, where you do teas. You're in a bus, very wonderfully decorated. So we dressed up. You can wear a derby type of style, but we just I don't know if I have pictures of me or probably of the bus, but I will see. But we dressed up a bit girly, pretty much. And you have pastries. It's like a what I call again, an afternoon tea type of situation. We did do XOXO dining room before that, so we weren't completely famished, but we did eat a little stuff. There was some good selection, and we took part. And they give you tea while you're on there, a mix of hot and cold, while you're touring the historical sites in the bus. It was really, really nice. I liked it. We learned some things that we never knew before, which is what I like about historical tours and stuff like that, right? Then we went to Lip Lab. Now, Lip Lab, I have the actual packaging and stuff like that inside my suitcase, but I'm already wearing one of them. If you don't know what Lip Lab is, let me inform you. Lip Lab is a place where you customize whatever you want to yourself. Okay, so you have a combination of sets already there, meaning like you can do a lip gloss, a lipstick, and a lip balm, a cheek stick, whatever, or you could do a la carte, and you can mix and match whatever you want to do. I chose to do a la carte, and I did 2 lip glosses and a lip balm. And I bought a lip liner separately, but you customize the colors of the lips, everything else besides the lip liner. Okay, the lip liner is just set in stone, and I literally said I want a chocolate nude for me, because I felt like I struggle always to get that. I want a nice good chocolate nude, and this is what I got. So I got 3 items. So one I'm wearing right now is this one. This is the chocolate nude. Okay, I really like this. And so you get to choose the capsule that you put it in. They had a rose gold or this amethyst color. I chose this, and you get to name it. So this one is called, I don't know if you can see that, Jamaican Maroon, because my family are Jamaican Maroons. Okay, so I felt like, you know, the chocolatey color, it just makes sense, right? And then I struggle with a red because I feel like my skin tone does not look good with a red at all. And it's so coincidental. My grandma feels the same way, and I look a lot like her. So I was like, probably that's just like a genetic thing. We just don't look good in reds. But I refuse to think that I don't look good in red, because I have, out of my whole life, found one red, and it's by NYX. It's a matte that looks divine on me. So I'm like, there's something to it, you know what I mean? So I said I want a nice red color that will suit me, but I said I know I don't want it bright because I don't think bright reds look good on me. I want it a little bit on the darker side, and I know I look good in a shimmer. So I believe both of these, no, this one is the only one that has a shimmer, this one doesn't, which is fine because I love how it looks. Okay, you get to choose the scent of your lippy, okay, and I chose vanilla for everything, okay, because I was just not feeling anything else. So that's my chocolate nude called Jamaican Maroon. Okay, I love it, and as you can see, it comes off a little bit sheer, which is fine, but you still have a bit of color. Trust me, you get the color. Okay, and I got a little brain fart there. Now this one I didn't say the name. This one is called Sorrow. If you guys know anything about Jamaican culture, especially during the holiday times, Christmas time, you have sorrow. I love it to pieces, especially the way how my grandma makes it. We do the non-alcoholic version, but it has a buttload of ginger, so it burns on the way down like as if you had like rum or something in there, just the same. But yes, I got this called Sorrow. Let me put it here. Yeah, I didn't want it to lean cherry or anything like that, and so yeah, these are the two colors, and I think I'm really happy with my purchase. Now this one is the only lip balm that I got, and I call this one Didi Buki, which is if you guys don't remember, it's my nickname. It was my nickname until it shortened to Didi, and when I was really little and I guess more adorable, that's what they would call me, Didi Buki. I'm gonna put it up here. As you can see, I wanted a nude, and that is a nude. Like, you can barely see it, and I put in a little shimmer because I didn't want it to be overly shimmery. But yeah, that is the color, okay, for my lip balm. And as I said, I did all of them. I chose the capsule for all of these. This is more of like a gray, more than an amethyst, but it works just the same. You get to name them, choose the scent that you want in it, and customize the color. You don't make the color, you just tell them what they want, what you want, and they make it in front of you, and then you get to try it then and there and tell them, okay, I want more of this, I want it more darker, I want it more brighter, I want it more with a blue undertone, whatever the case may be, and they'll do it for you, and you come out with a customized lip option or whatever you get to choose. Because my friend did do a cheek, like a, what is that called? Because I don't do it. I don't do face makeup, I only do eyes and lips. But you guys know what it is. Blush. Yes, she wanted like a blush. If they did a highlighter, I would do a highlighter, because I've been struggling for highlighters in general. I've never done a highlighter, but it looks nice on people, so I was like, you know what, probably I'll try it in that instance. But yes, Lip Lab, please do it. And with you doing it first time or wherever, you make an account, so this formula will always be in my account. If I want it again, I could just go and say, hey, this is my account, I'm purchasing it, and they'll just ship it to you. You don't even have to go in store. Okay, wonderful. I'm so happy my friend came across that, because when I tell you I'm so happy with my choices, so happy. They have other stuff that they just make regular for purchase, and the only thing that I bought was a lip liner, and this one is the color Modern Mocha. They had another one that I also like that kind of leaned a little bit like reddish, but I felt like I had something like that already in my closet. But yeah, I bought a lip liner with everything, and I think all of this came up to like 110, probably, something of that nature. I think the candle making, you know what, I'm just gonna put stuff down below because I don't remember. I don't remember, everything is a blur. Okay, so yes, I did Lip Lab. We did Lip Lab after the tea around town, and then we went to an Afrobeats day party, which wasn't really day because it ended at midnight, but that was more in the heart of the city of Dallas, and that was a good vibe too. I was expecting more dancing. Not that much dancing, was much more people just standing up and looking around. It was, you know, people of African descent, you know what I mean? And they were playing the tunes, like I knew almost everything, but I'm not going, I am the type of person, I'm not really going to dance if not everybody else is going to dance. I'll just be shimmy in my corner and, you know, singing to myself, drink a little bit, but no, I'm not going to do that. So we did an Afrobeats party. Then we decided to do this other lounge just because we didn't want the night to finish, because we're kind of winding down on our trip a little bit. It was a bus, so we just went home. Okay, then the next day we did the World Spring Spa. Okay, it was all right. I'm just gonna say that I think I have grown out, unless I want the amenities experience. I think I've grown out of me wanting to do a luxury spa anymore, mainly because when I want attention to my body, they don't deliver. They very rarely deliver. I wanted a deep tissue massage, and I felt like I got a Swedish massage. And I did ask for hot stones, and they only put it on my back, nowhere else. And I had to pay extra for that. And it's just like, ugh. I didn't really enjoy the amenities because we were not going to. We had other stuff to do. So it was just like, okay, I didn't do the baths. I didn't do the pool. I didn't do any of that. And I paid for this. And it was included in the price. So that's not their fault. That's my fault. And they said, oh, you could purchase bathing suits there. But it's like we had other stuff to do. But it is what it is. We went to Kitchen and Cocktails, which is like a Black-owned restaurant from this famous chef, I believe. We were disappointed. I mean, we noticed when we went to South Carolina that when you go down south, everything gets saltier, everything gets sweeter. Like a lot. I mean, I don't mind seasoning. Listen, we are West Indian. We don't mind seasoning. But when things get overly salty, overly sweet, I can't deal with it. And so I did ended up taking my stuff home, and I got like hot chicken, sweet hot chicken. It was hot honey chicken, okay? And it was fried and it was dipped, and I was like, okay, I really want it hot. And it was like, okay, why don't you get the Texas Fire, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on it, on the side. It was not hot. It was like, oh, well, it's oil based, so you have to scrunch it up. I scrunched it up. I took every single thing at the bottom. It tasted sweet to me. I was like, this is not hot at all, okay? So I was like, they was like, I'm sorry. I was like, do you have anything hotter? He was like, no. I was like, what the hell? Like, I can do pepper. I have no problems with pepper whatsoever. Sorry, I hope that's not interfering too much. Sorry, I'm back. So yeah, we did that. We went back to the hotel, and we just like, you know what, we're gonna just have a calm night. We just went to the bar in the hotel and just, you know, relaxed and just talked, which was a really nice way to just kind of end it for our last full night there. And then the next morning we just, you know, packed, and then we went to the Cowgirl Museum, okay, which I would definitely recommend. It was really nice. I would say I did not anticipate for them to have so much or even mention you know, Mexican culture and Indian culture. I mean, Indian culture I would expect, but definitely I was surprised about the Mexican culture, you know, infused in there. And I was just like, I loved it. I really like that they highlighted them and, you know, their contributions and their style, their culture, the dress wear and everything like that. I think it was really, really beautiful. And then we just made it home. I would say what was a bit of disappointment, I brought this bugger with me because I felt like, you know, the fringe and everything, this gives Western-ish, you know, a little funkiness and all that stuff. I felt like it gave Dallas vibes for sure. I could not make it work with anything at all. It was just like, no, it was just a bit too much. Inside I did have it nested because, as I said, I'm going to be unpacking after this video. I had this nested in here. I did wear this to tea around town. I loved it. I did bring this baby as well, and I wore these with the boots as well. It worked very well. These two combinations, it worked very well. So listen, this bag does me no wrong. Does me no wrong. Oh my God. So yeah, I'm really happy I brought this. Those were the only 4 bags that I brought. I am lying. I am so lying because I brought this bugger and I finally wore her. And although it was comfortable, it was a top handle carry, or I'll put it like crook of my arm type of situation. Although it was comfortable and it fits a good amount, what I'm upset about is the interior. This is my first time wearing it, and I can confirm that this is not leather. This is leather. Look at it. It was just peeling all over the place. And now it has me wondering, because this is a Tiffany and Fred Paris. Oh, look at that. I was like, my God. This is a Tiffany and Fred Paris bag. And there's another bag that I have that I felt like I wasn't sure. I was like, I think it may or may not be leather. I know definitely it's not leather. It just looks like leather. The leather is on the outside for sure, but definitely not in the inside. One thing I would say is that I noticed when I had things in here, it was like, right now it's empty, but this is indicative of what was happening. I'll see wrinkling, and I was like, that kind of makes me feel like it looks like it's a dupe. You know what I mean? Like, although it's real materials, you know what I mean, it doesn't look like the real thing. I guess, like, I want you to fool. I feel like a good dupe will fool you, you know what I mean? But this wasn't fooling anybody, if that makes any sense. So yeah, am I gonna keep it? Yes. For now, it did what it needed to do, for sure. I was happy with it. I'm so happy I finally wore it, and it gave a good really pop of color when I needed it to. I wore this with a black and white polka dot outfit, super cute. And yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Those were the bags that I brought, about 5 bags, and I mainly wore this, and this bugger in the back. Okay, these are the bags that I, oh crap, yeah, mainly wore these. Yeah, I would say this was constant rotation because I only wore the Coach bag once. This was only worn once, you know, so that was not like a main rotation at all. So yeah, these were the bags of choice. Okay, I'm really bad at this. These were the bags of choice. And this one, the blue aqua one, was definitely in the daytime. I was not wearing that at night. And honestly, I always went back and forth of if I was going to buy more of this. I know I'm not going to buy any more. This is one and done, and let's see how long I keep this. But for right now, I don't have anything in my closet like this, so I think I'll keep it until I have something that will replace it. Okay, so yeah, that is the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was Dallas for me. I will definitely recommend it, and I'll definitely go again. I've always said I always wanted to go to Austin. Out of any place in Texas, I always said Austin. I was like, then maybe Houston. Now it's like, I don't know. I've been told San Antonio is the place to go. It's way better than Houston, I've been told. So I was like, okay, let's see. We probably may try San Antonio next. I hope you guys are doing well wherever you are, and as always, have a good one. Bye.